What's good, YouTube? Double92 here, back again once again, and today, people, today we have a video that I meant to do a week ago, but I mean, hey, life's a thing. But we're here today to discuss the newly announced Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Ultra Sun will still, of course, be better than Ultra Moon because Solgaleo is better than Lunala. But that's a whole other discussion for a whole other time. It's okay. I told you before. Nick. Lunala looks like a Reese's cup with a fucking bite taken out. Fuck that Pokemon. Fuck that Pokemon. Fuck that Pokemon. Fuck that Pokemon. As you guys can hear, we are joined by two of the cooniest coons I know, Numnexus and Sacred.
Oh really? Two of the cooniest coons, you know? Wow,
that's negative. That's actually negative. That's wrong.
I mean, Nick he is so much coonery, it kind of just like by association, Nexus, you just have a lot of coonery, bro.
I also like entertain the coonery, and I'm also really fucking weird. So like, you know,
you're weird? Not at all. Not at all.
Oh wow.
Not at all. Not at all. Anyways, you guys, I would have something more than just the thumbnail on the screen for you, but I'm sure as many of you know, there really hasn't been a lot released for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as of yet, outside of like the 8-second trailer we got from the Pokemon Nintendo Direct. So don't mind the image, just listen, you know, tab out, you know, go do your workout, beat your meat, eat tacos, do whatever it is you need to do, and just pay attention to this. So let's run down a few things and figure out or theorize, if we can, come to a hypothesize a few things. So the main question that I'm sure everyone is wondering about,
right?
It's said to be an alternate story.
Oh, you just built the bait right there, dude. You want a query? We'll get it. That's right there. That's the bait.
It's said to be an alternate story. So the first things first that we have to knock out of the way: is it a sequel? Or is it like a time paradox thing where where it's like it takes place at the exact same time of the events of Sun and Moon?
Well, unfortunately, if you go to the Pokemon website, they already say Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon have been powered up with new additions to the story and features from Sun and Moon, and is like beefed up. So if anything, I would take that and just be like, all right, this is the third game we're supposed to be getting, but there's two different versions of it.
So it's kind of like how you had Ruby and Sapphire had their story, but then Emerald was kind of the same, just with a few tweaks.
Yep. Exactly. So it's the same thing with Black and White 2.
Black 2 White 2 was a sequel.
It sucks because you see Ultra Sun and Moon and you automatically assume like, oh, it's a sequel, but then they say alternate story. It's like, oh shit. You know how they have like the alternate, like you know when you go get Cosmog, right? And they like alter or whatever, and you go into the other world, the opposite game. You would think like that's where they're trying to go off of, but unfortunately that's not the case. It's literally just additions to the story, which is unfortunate because that would make a lot of that would actually make for, if anything, I guess better versions of it, because you'd be like, oh hey, here is the games, and then here is what's happening on the opposite side of what's happening in the game that you already got.
Correct.
That would have been, I think that would have been way better. And apparently we're supposed to be getting like new Pokemon that we haven't seen before, and I'm like,
Now they say that when in reality it's gonna be a couple new legendaries, new Alolan forms, and that's it.
What would you be against that though?
Well, that was the next thing I was gonna say. Are we gonna get new Ultra Beasts? Are we gonna get new? Are we gonna get Ultra forms? As you see, Solgaleo and Lunala have apparently. Well, apparently they're on the fucking cover, so I'm guessing it's like an Ultra Solgaleo and an Ultra Lunala.
I feel like that Necrozma shit is probably going to be an Ultra Beast exclusive.
No, that you know what it is? That Necrozma thing. It's like the thing with the Kyurem forms. Like not everybody was fused with everyone. It's just those two. And hell, who knows? We may get this Cosmog fused with all the 3 starters, man.
What? No, you're going. Wait, no, stop.
We got a living Popplio Relic form.
So we have Ultra Popplio. So it's one of those things where like Reshiram, Kyurem, and Zekrom fuse to create the original dragon, the perfect dragon. So does Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma fuse to create the best celestial being?
I think it's not as deep as that. More along so that they did hint Ultra Beasts can just fuse anything because they're not fucking Pokemon. So it's like, Yo, put
But
the two and two
is
together.
but the
but
whole
Necrozma isn't an Ultra
argument.
Beast.
I was gonna say the
Yeah,
whole
but
argument when the
Necrozma
game
isn't
first
Ultra
came
Beast.
out was that Necrozma wasn't an Ultra Beast.
He's not an Ultra Beast.
Actual
That is
legends
100%.
But
He's
at the
not an
same
Ultra
time, Necrozma is only available after you complete the Ultra Beast.
Ultra Beast stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, he appears.
Exactly.
I think if anything, that discussion will be elaborated on when we get these games, or somewhere like at least about 2 or 3 months when Coral Crow comes out. Because I feel like Necrozma is pretty much this game's Zygarde in a way where like he just comes out of nowhere. You don't really know anything about him. Then like if you wait a couple months, you'll learn more about what he does rather than him just randomly coming up out of nowhere.
So
I remember,
I'm gonna drop a fat theory on you real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
What if so in the original game, Solgaleo and Lunala were there. That Cosmog was awakened, whatever, to help you save the world against Team Aether, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if this time there's a new threat that has appeared, being Necrozma or whatever, and now Solgaleo and Lunala aren't enough, and that's why you need this new Ultra form.
I think if anything, here's my theory, right? Doesn't it be fucking crazy? I don't think that's the case. I think maybe Necrozma is just fucking terrible, and he just wants to maybe engulf them or some shit, or possess them. I don't fucking know. That'd be cool as fuck if they did that, dude.
Well, that goes back to what I was saying. I was just saying that I feel like this little Ultra form thing is probably going to be like an Ultra Beast exclusive. Like I feel like that's just going to go to like the Legends.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
of course.
The other ones because
once the sun and once the moon, of course.
Because I just feel like they can't because why would you give away this Ultra form to a lot of Pokemon? It kind of just makes the what's the word? The exclusivity. I think that's not even a word, isn't it?
Okay, it takes away.
It is. It
whatever
takes like the
is exclusive
special
from it.
It takes whatever special that.
So you're saying these Ultra forms are only Solgaleo and Lunala?
Or it might just be those two and then the Ultra Beasts.
So we're gonna have Ultra Beasts?
I mean, at the same time, if you want to like go into it, I'm only saying the other Ultra Beast because if you go back and play Sun and Moon, when you go read the little documents or whatever, it's stated that Cosmog is an Ultra Beast.
Well, of course, Cosmog came out of the hole in the sky. That's
Yeah,
why when we did our all Ultra Beast videos, everyone argued with us about Solgaleo and Lunala being Ultra Beasts.
But then now, that's why I say instead of just Solgaleo and Lunala, I feel like all of the Ultra Beasts are gonna get that form because they're Ultra Beasts too.
I don't know. I don't know if I could see. I mean, maybe you have an Ultra Celesteela, bro.
Okay,
that
so
never die.
Busted.
To put more insight into it, his Sun description states that he was asleep underground, but he had thought to have come from another world in ancient times. So it's like he's not like similar to other legendaries. He's not an Ultra Beast. What if there's something between the two?
Who?
What if like Necrozma? What if he's not an Ultra Beast, but like he's like borderline fucking weird. Like I don't think he's what they say he is. You know what I mean? I don't think they say what he is.
What if they somehow tie this into like Black and White?
I can't see it.
No, that's
no.
That may be your Namekian hand reaching too far, dog. I don't.
No, I think Black and White is pretty definitively over. I wouldn't want them. The only thing left from Black and White would be like the original dragon. That's it.
Exactly. That's
I wouldn't want them to reach back to that and meddle with that story. Because I mean, look what they did with Zygarde in 6th Gen. They reached back and tried to finish Zygarde, and it just ended up being a mess. Nothing. Exactly, it just ended up being a mess in Sun and Moon. So I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I think you're right, Nick. I think it's more specific. I think the Ultra forms are going to be specific for Solgaleo and Lunala. I don't think we're going to have black suits of armor on 10 additional Ultra Beasts. Now, the next question I was saying, do you think we're going to get more Ultra Beasts? Like we had UB 01 through 6 in the first games. Are we going to get 6 more Ultra Beasts?
I 100% think we will because it's a never-ending like wormhole that they know absolutely nothing about. There's more Ultra Beasts that are probably in there that are undiscovered.
I don't see why not.
And since they like, I don't know, that'd be cool as fun, man. Because like, other Ultra Beasts are so cool, man. Cause I love the Ultra Beast, man. Like, if there's top 5 things I love about Pokemon, man, the Ultra Beast, man. I love the Ultra Beast stuff.
Now, I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna bring up the idea. It's probably gonna get clowned. I'm gonna bring up the idea because why not? Are we going to get new Mega Evolutions?
No.
Or do you think the focus is primarily on Ultra Beast since the game is Ultra Sun?
I think the focus is primarily on Ultra Beast, and I also think the game is going to be focused as well as, if anything like that, we'll get new Alolan forms. We're not going to get Megas. We're done with the Mega chapter. We're not going to get Megas. I don't think we're going to get Megas 100% at all.
Well, the reason I was comparing Ultra Beast to Megas is because even in the storyline in the games of Sun and Moon, Ultra Beasts were really only prevalent post-game. Like in the main story, you could argue Nihilego or whatever worked with Lusamine, or Lusamine used them or whatever, but really, like, it wasn't even about Nihilego. It was more so about Lusamine. And the Ultra Beasts are really just a post-game type of thing.
Yeah.
So in this alternate storyline, are Ultra Beasts going to be more prevalent? Is it going to be more of an impact on the story, especially since we have Ultra Solgaleo and Ultra Lunala?
I mean, I would hope so, because honestly, when you think about it, they didn't like play as big of a role, at least in the main story, as we all thought they did. When they were being announced, Koro after Koro after Koro.
They weren't. There wasn't like a big emphasis on them until like the big climatic part where they started coming out the wormholes.
Right, or like the Looker events really is when.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because even in the storyline, the only Ultra Beast you really saw was Nihilego. You saw Nihilego come out of the wormhole in the Aether Foundation floating island thing, but then all the rest of them were saved just for post game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing. Even the box art legendaries, when you think about it, they didn't play as much of a role as you would thought. Like they weren't like you know how most Pokemon games go by. All right, the box art legendary is what I fucking want. They think it's gonna play a dumb, stupid role. Whereas in Sun and Moon, the only role they really play is they open the wormhole.
All they did was close it.
And
in essence, that was the most important thing, because how else were you gonna defeat Lusamine?
But you know what I'm talking about, like compared to like other Pokemon games where it's like Ruby and Sapphire was all about the box arts.
Well, I feel like when Sun and Moon's focus wasn't even. I think that was more focused on character development, because Hao and what's her face had like the biggest, like they had more screen time than like anything else, because there was more like them growing as you kept going through the islands and stopping Team Aether, then Lillian shit with her mom. It was more like her. Then you find out, oh shit, the little nigga in her bag is like the legendary Pokemon of the game. So it's like you're not even the main character at that point.
I think in this essence, they were more of, I don't want to say accessory, because that's kind of belittling their role, but to be fair, most of the Pokemon series, the box art legends don't really play that much of a part in the story, aside from 3rd and 5th gen. Maybe 6th gen.
Yeah, Lugia and Ho didn't.
Maybe 6th gen. Lugia and Ho, they were just a side quest.
They were just there that you just get the damn wings and go.
I mean, you want to be that guy and argue for 1st gen? No, they were your starters. Okay, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
You literally just go after them at that point.
We're not talking about that. I mean, even in 4th gen with Dialga and Palkia, like they were a part of the story, but it wasn't necessarily for you.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't catch Dialga and use Dialga to defeat what's his face, Cyrus. Yeah. You didn't do that. 5th gen, you could argue. Honestly, 5th gen, I would say, is borderline, because they're a part of the story. But even then, you don't get them until the very fucking end of the game.
What they do in 5th gen is they kind of just speak of them like legends. They're more so like, oh hey, the legendary dragons, we must awaken and we must come together. Then it's like you go from like the 6th
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
like but 7th or 8th or whatever, and it's like, oh hey, you get it now at the end of that.
No, you know, you get it. No, in 5th gen, in the first installments of the game, you get it literally as the last battle.
Yeah.
You get it to fight N. And even then you don't even have to fight for it. It's like its catch rate's dumb, stupid, easy. So you catch it, they even give you an option to swap a Pokemon out of your party for it to fight N with and whatever. I don't know. Like I said, in the essence of them playing a crucial role to the story, I think 7th and 5th gen are kind of similar in that sense, because you need Solgaleo and Lunala to accomplish what like your goal is, but at the same time they're not really crucial to you like whooping Lusamine's ass.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, I would like, at least for this story, at least to, you know, portray more Ultra Beasts. Like if it's gonna be new Ultra Beasts, it's gonna be Ultra Beasts we already have.
Especially if it's titled Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Exactly. Like you know how like when Nihilego just lost its shit when she fused up with spoilers. freaking like all the Ultra Beasts were just like those, like, what is it, Buzzwall and Pheromosa? They were out there kicking ass, man. And
well, you know what? Now that you say that,
stuff.
now that you say that, what if that's the alternate storyline?
Exactly, the storyline.
What if that's in and of itself?
Take over, dog.
No. I'm saying, if you remember in the storyline of Sun and Moon, when all the wormholes appeared and whatnot, you saw Hala and Tapu Koko fighting Buzzwole. What if that's the storyline we play through? Like, we go to each of those events, because even though they didn't show it, you know, they talked about what's her name? What the fuck is the chick's name from the second island?
There's a lot.
No, the rock type.
Blackhorn?
Yeah. What? I can't remember her name. Olivia.
Yeah.
Because they mentioned Olivia fighting an Ultra Beast as well. And same thing with Nanu or whatever. What if that's the storyline we play through? And that's why it's so much more Ultra Beast oriented, because we actually get to go and see and fight.
They have to put a lot of stuff in between there, because I feel like that'd be short.
I mean, honestly, I feel like even during the story, they might like have more instances where like, oh hey, some random ass wormhole popped up, where it's like the looker missions are actually in the main story at some point, and instead of you going to catch them, you more so just battle them off from the island. And it's like, oh hey, where are all these random ass wormholes coming from? Then you progress through the story like you originally do. Then you find out, oh shit, it's Lusamine again.
No, what I'm saying is, because has it been confirmed to be the same protagonist? Is it the same character that you're playing as?
Well, they look different. They look older.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what if, like, there's a different character that's going through their island trials, and that's who you're playing as? Because you're talking about, like, if we only talked about the climatic part of the original game when Hala and them were fighting all the Ultra Beasts, well, what if you're going through your island trials as well, and instead of the whole big reveal of the story being you taking on Lusamine, it's you fighting the Ultra Beast off the island instead. So instead of fighting just one Ultra Beast being Lusamine and the Heligo, you're going to help Hala on Melee Island against Buzzwole and whatnot, and each island, that's the big part of the story.
They call you like, bro, come through please, we need your help right now.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, or maybe it's a few years after or something like that. I don't, or not a few years after, but like the whole different like timeline thing, it literally could just be somebody completely different.
It sucks so much ass because I wish it sucks so much ass because I wish that they would have went with the alternate storyline versus just adding one addition to the story, because I feel like you can actually have like some off the wall ass villain, some new person actually, and it's an even bigger story along with the other Ultra Beast that comes out. Because I feel like if they just do this, it's just gonna be like a lot of add-ons to just the original story. It's just all predictable going through it, but it's like, oh hey, here's these new additions to the story or whatever. It's little small things, but you can still like pick at it and be like, oh hey, this is like what it's supposed to be, and not like a whole new thing instead. Like I would much rather like they just be like, oh hey, it's the alternate timeline versus what was going on in those games.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So, aside from storyline and actual in-game, well, I'm not even gonna say in-game stuff. The question that I've seen a lot of people asking on Twitter and whatnot is, will we have new islands in these games that we visit, or will it still be just the region as we know it?
I think it will be the region as we know it. I think it will legitimately be the region as we know it. We always saw everything that we saw about the Alolan region.
I mean, it being based off of Hawaii, there's not much you can add on. I feel like if anything, the cities on the islands will be more bigger, like more big. Like there's gonna be grander little add-ons. Because some of those
will be changed, yeah.
Yeah, because some of those spots, because they can remember a lot of those cities have like those empty ass like plots of land just sitting there, and you don't really do anything with them. They kind of just sit there like an NPC, like right there. Oh hey,
yeah, that last island you really was not that.
Like there wasn't anything on there.
Was the last one where you can catch Jingmo and Kamo and the Hapu?
Yeah, there's like a lot of land. There was like a lot of land that you didn't even use.
Right, it's just there. It just felt empty, dude.
What they might, like I said, like you just add on whatever. I feel like they could probably put some more like little areas. Cause like I said, there's a lot of like empty spots in the game, like empty little platforms, plateaus and shit. Like remember when you met Grimsley at that one route, he was going over there, you got the Sharpedo thing. There was literally like this big ass slab of just stone just sitting there. And it's like, what is this for? There was nothing there besides like an item, a team, or whatever. And I'm like,
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, I mean, if you go back to 3rd gen, you know, in the original games you had the Scorched Slab, which was outside of Lily Cove City. Not Lily Cove, well, technically Lily Cove, Fort Tree City. And we didn't get anything from that until the remakes. That's where Heatran was found.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of, and, you know, it's also crazy about that. Speaking of that as well, any after game when you go to the tree to do the battle tree for the shit, there's actually a cave that's literally Terminus Cave where you go see Zygarde. It has all the little 4 sides and the humongous thing there. And I feel like that was what they were gonna do something with Zygarde for that, because it's literally the exact same cave. You get the same orbs and everything. There's just nothing there besides Guzzlord.
I was about to say.
Off
it's like
off topic here. The whole thing I talked about earlier about the whole Ultra Beast playing through that timeline. That'd be cool as heck, because if you remember, there's a Pokemon created to stop the Ultra Beast that absolutely just sucks. Silvally. So if that's the case,
maybe him and Gladion might have a bigger role.
I see an Ultra Silvally.
I hope at least they amp up his power, because that nigga sucks, dude. I hope they do something.
Remember we were so hyped for that man?
I was so hyped, dude.
I was so ready for him.
Still to this day, I love him, because that design is badass, but he just sucks. Wide ass move, pull all 90 across the board. Come on, buddy. Come on.
It's alright. It's alright.
It's not, man. I was so happy, man.
It's alright. It's alright.
Jesus Christ.
It's fine, bro. It's fine. It's fine.
It's really hurt, man. You know.
It's fine. So Nick brought up the idea of post game. But in the original post game, we had the Looker missions, which introduced us to all the Ultra Beasts.
The battle tree.
And of course, this time around, or last time, Lily went to Kanto. So are we gonna see, you know, the on the wish list of every Pokemon fan out there, are we gonna have the chance to visit a different region?
Oh my god.
Are we gonna have a chance to visit a different universe or a different parallel world or something?
I'm about to lose my mind. I just got this massive theory. I'm gonna lose my mind before it leaves my head. Check it, right? Lily comes back. That Ultra Beast talent we're talking about, where it's like the Ultra Beast and we see their perspective. I feel like that's gonna happen, dude. Lily's gonna come back. Alright, she's gonna team with her mama that knows all about this shit, right? Because when Lily's gone and her mama in that coma, you know, Team Aether about to be on the rundown, dude. They're all about the uniform, all unity coming together, dog. We beat the Ultra Beast, dude.
I honestly, I as much as I wouldn't enjoy going back to Kanto.
Oh no, I wouldn't. No.
I'm not saying necessarily just cancel.
Not going. Not even that. I just feel like if we ever get anything elaborated on Lily coming or just going where she's going or coming back from where she's coming from, I hope if anything we see more characters from other games, because we saw Grimsley, we saw what's her face from the Frontier. I just want to see like more characters coming to Alola this time. And then you just talking, because remember they did talk about the other wormhole where they came from is the other timeline without Mega Evolution, and that's where what's her face came through. She came through the hole, which is why she's so important in the Looker missions. Remember that?
Annabelle.
Yeah, Annabelle. She's from the Battle Frontier originally, but the Battle Frontier never existed in the Mega Evolution timeline, but it did in the original. And they were talking about, oh, hey, she's from this spot, but it was destroyed by the Ultra Beast. And it's like, okay, so is she the only one from that timeline? Let's elaborate on that more. Let's do that. You know, I feel like Lily's going to a whole different Kanto, the one that Red's in Origins. That's where I think she's going.
Mr. Fuji gives them the Mega Stone.
Yeah, the Mega Stone. That's where I think she's going. And then the one that everybody thinks is where she's going to it doesn't even exist anymore.
So you're proposing that the Red that we meet in Sun and Moon...
That's not the same Red. That's not the same Red that you grew up with. That's the same Red from Origins.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the same Red from Origins.
She went back to Kanto, but the same timeline that the Red
as the Origins. Yes.
I don't think that.
Why not?
Here's why I don't think that. Right? Tell me this. X and Y of Sun and Moon didn't go on at the same time, right?
No.
So the Red Origins, from what I'm thinking, was going on at the same time as that whole X and Y stuff. Since Mega Evolution was new to them. All right, just spitball here. I think Lily went back to Kanto after that. So yes, that same Red, but like after some time's passed. You feel me?
Well, yeah. We're not saying
Willie
went back to Kanto at the same time the events of Red and Blue.
He's saying, I'm saying, okay.
What Nick's saying. Look at it. Hold on. Look at it like this. Look at it like this. Look at it like this. The games Red and Blue is one timeline where Mega Evolution does not exist. Then Origins is a second timeline where Mega Evolution does exist.
Exactly.
And let's say that timeline takes place in, let's spitball and say 1996. And now Lily is going back to Kanto in 2017, but it's the same Kanto from Origins. So no, she's not going back. She's not going back at the same time as the events of Origins because Red is not there during that time. He's in Alola.
He's in Lola, chilling.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what Nick was saying, that it's the same Red from that universe where Mega Evolution exists because he's still in this universe where Mega Evolution exists.
And I'm saying because Annabelle's there, she's from the other timeline where Mega Evolution doesn't exist. What if they add more characters from that timeline? So like maybe you'll see like a 4th gen gym leader, another 3rd gen frontier brain, probably like a second from Annabelle's timeline.
Well, as of right now, the only two people
is Annabelle and Grimsley.
No.
Who else?
That could be the Grimsley from that current timeline where Mega Evolution exists.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'm saying it's Annabelle and Zinnia are
the
only two people that have traversed timelines, quote unquote. Unless you want to count us because we went through the wormhole in the game, and then you can go back as long as you have Kaz or Sogley and Lunala in your party, and yada 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 yada.
Exactly.
But as far as NPCs go, though, it's just Zinnia and Annabelle are the only two people that have gone across, because that's why Zinnia existed in Auras.
Yeah, she came
because
back.
She wanted to. She knew what happened before, and she wanted to stop it from happening this time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the plot thickens.
Maybe we'll see Zinnia again.
Now, referencing Nexus's theory about Lusamine and Lily teaming up, whatever, I could see Team Aether. Well, number one, I can't see that happening at all. But number two, I could see Team Aether coming up with a solution to, like, we need to fuse Sogley and Lunala with an equally strong Pokemon, being Necrozma.
Because when it comes to be in the dip too, because Lusamine, MIA.
Well, when it comes to like these legends fusing and whatnot, if it is in fact Necrozma fuses Sogley and Lunala. When it comes to that happening, either it's got to be some like ancient mythical power, kind of like how you went to the Citadel in Sun and Moon and you just summon them, or it's got to be some sort of technology, some sort of research that goes into it that allows them to fuse the Pokemon.
I agree and disagree with that. I disagree because Ultra Beasts don't need that; they just fuse anything.
What?
Ultra Beasts just fuse anything, dog. They just
how did that happen? How did that happen in Sun and Moon?
What do you mean how that happened in Sun and Moon? They didn't fuse anything in Sun and Moon.
So
I'm saying, like, Sogley and Lunala, they could just fuse with stuff because, dog, they're a further being than of our knowledge and power.
But is there any evidence of that?
No, but the fact that they're the spectral being, dude.
But that's the you can't form a theory off what ifs next.
This is all hypothesis, man. You know what I mean?
No, I think. Well, if you want to say that, then that goes with the whole thing I said, where it's like some ancient, already pre-established reason, being that they can just do it because of who they are, or it's like I said, it's Team Aether, which is the only force in the region, unless you want to count Kukui's wife and her lab, and unless you want to count that. You know, they're the only people in the region with the technology advanced enough to create something like that. I mean, fuck, they made Solali, they made Type Null.
Yeah, they could easily do something like that, easily. Shit, what they should do is put Solali right back in that lab and modify him, dude. That's what they should do, man.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of Hawaiian lore that I feel like they have yet to actually get into. I mean, Marshallow's probably like the deepest they've gone into in terms of like just lore. So I can see like some and Kamo too. So I can see like some pre-established like fucking power that's already like deep within like the roots or whatever of the region coming out of nowhere.
Wait. If anything, too. Freaking Chorus is over there, dog. Chorus is in Sun and Moon. You could try and help up the Aether Foundation with some type of fusing stuff, dude.
But I don't think that's that Chorus, though. I mean, you're right, though.
Well, I mean, either way, the Chorus still took part in the events of Black 2 White.
Yeah, that's the same Chorus took parts in there. He's already
no matter what storyline.
So he might just be up on some. He might be helping Lucy, honestly.
On the Aether Foundation, dude, just because he's curious, not because he wants to do the right thing, because he's curious. He's dumbass.
Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, that's the same role he played in Black 2 White 2. He wasn't necessarily he wasn't aligned with Team Plasma. He was just there for his own research purposes. And after he saw you fuck that up, he was like, all right, I'm out.
He really did just dip though.
He hit the peace sign, dude, and disappeared, man.
That nigga hit that almighty now.
Well, the last thing I want to talk about is Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon have been announced for the 3DS. And a title has been announced for the Switch.
Here we go.
Don't do this.
My question is it going to be the same game, or is the title announced for the Switch going to be something different? The reason I ask is because everyone always wants to talk about the timeline of game releases and this and that and yada yada yada, and everyone's already slated 2018 to be Diamond and Pearl. So does that mean in 2018 the Switch game is going to be Diamond and Pearl?
Wait, that's what everybody really slated it to be? 2018 Diamond and Pearl?
I want you to know.
I'm not saying everyone is saying the announcement is Diamond and Pearl. I'm just saying they're saying Diamond and Pearl remakes are gonna come out in 2018.
It's funny because
oh wow,
I was actually literally looking through some shit, and at E3 they literally said 2018 the new game is going to be announced and it's coming out.
There was also an article that Nintendo posted a couple days ago where they literally said that
Metro 4 and
that new Pokemon game for the Switch will most likely come out in 2018. So I don't.
But what I'm saying is that game in 2018 going to be well? First off. Do you think it's going to be a Switch port for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? That's where this all started.
I hope not. I hope not.
Okay, so now the next question is, do you think we will get a Switch port for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon?
Also, again, no. I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
I think after this, they're done.
It's the last main story Pokemon game that's coming on the 3DS. That's what I think it is.
I don't think that at all. But that's a whole different conversation. But now, moving on to the 2018 announcement, are we going to get 8th gen and skip over a Diamond and Pearl remake altogether? Or is it going to be one of those things where, because if going with what you're saying, Nexus, if this is the last game to come out on 3DS, that means that we're not going to get it.
I'm not saying last game to come out on 3DS, I'm saying like last main story. You know what I mean? Like not a remake, but like a main story. You know what I mean?
I think.
But if you follow the events of Oris, Oris is technically canon as a main story game because it takes place in a different universe.
Yeah,
it's still because if you look at it, if you just cast those off as remakes and they're not main story games, that muddles up the entire, pretty much this entire video.
Well, you know what I mean when I say that though. When I'm putting it down, when I'm picking up, you know what I mean? Dude, put it in your pocket. Like
no, I don't.
I don't either. Like
look, the Diamond and Pearl remakes. Yeah, I'm not talking about those. So if like when I say main story, I'm not talking about those. So if those come, when I'm saying the last main story games come to the 3DS being Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I'm not talking about Diamond and Pearl. Like Diamond and Pearl could come too. That's great. 2 thumbs up. But like each gen Switch, that's what they talked about in Nintendo E3. That's 100% what they talked about. 100%.
So you're saying that the game announced in 2018 is going to be 8th gen?
Yes, 100%, 1,000% of my life.
So Nexus, now that you're saying this, and this can be used for me as well, when they announce Pokemon Ultra Mystery Dungeon for 2018 Switch, I'm gonna follow this fucking video right here, bro.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm not confident. We're working on a core RPG.
No, I'm just
about Game Freak. Game Freak only makes main story games, dog. Boom.
I think it's going to be one of those things where, I think in 2018, first off, I wouldn't cast aside remakes as not main games because, like Nick and I just discussed, they are canonically main games. Because it's the main story told in a different universe.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. I want to know.
That's the idea.
Adding different like storylines is the best they could have ever done. I say that because now we have 2 types of canon. We have the one without megas and the one with megas, and then the one without megas can be taken. They can add on whatever they want because it could just be like it could just be there. Like it could be like, oh hey, here's no mega evolutions. There's no gimmick, just big ass decks of Pokemon. This belongs here. And it's okay, cool. Then we have more megas, more whatever gimmicks in this one. And it's like, oh shit, that's more content for us as gamers.
So now going back to the original question. So what you're proposing, Nexus, is they're gonna release 8th gen on the Switch and Diamond and Pearl remakes on 3DS.
I think Diamond and Pearl
Yes.
will probably
Yes.
be like the last games on the 3DS
Yes.
for Pokemon.
I think until I'm of the majority or minority or whatever that says until they announce the 3DS is done, they're not making any new handheld consoles at all. It's 100% Switch. I do not see Pokemon leaving handhelds because handhelds literally are only sold because of Pokemon.
They're carried. They're literally they
yeah,
carry
they
Nintendo.
carry
They actually
hard,
carry Nintendo.
So until
anybody-
Nintendo has decided that hey, handheld gaming, our
But
handheld game
I-
consoles
but
are
I-
done. We're just gonna focus 100% on the Switch. I can't see that happening.
I just want to say that one, we kind of got this announcement kind of too early than we were supposed to because
No,
they
you said
literally.
this, dog. This is so wrong, dude. Nobody.
No. You wanna know why I say that?
Tell me why. Enlighten me. Go ahead, tell me why.
I'm not wrong because there was a there was like an actual press release from the actual nigga that announced the shit after E3. And the only reason why he even said that is to be safe because of the backlash he got when Sun and Moon got announced. You know how many people were actually crying for those games?
What, Sun and Moon?
For Ultra Sun and Moon? People were actually mad about that.
Well, yeah, because they wanted more of Sun and Moon. They felt like it was empty.
No, they wanted something for the Switch when Ultra Sun and Moon came out. When those games got announced, you know how many people actually were disappointed? They were getting backlash off that shit.
Well, I
That-
think
wait,
more
that
people were
doesn't explain how
disappointed
it's-
because of Diamond and Pearl, not because the game
Exactly,
wasn't announced
yeah.
on the Switch.
And that's
No.
also wait, dog. That first off,
Nigga,
yes.
nigga,
And second,
there's,
two,
nigga,
that
there's
doesn't
actually,
explain why it was too
actually,
early.
there, no,
It's
no,
not
no,
too
there,
early.
nigga, there's actually a press release, literally word from word, saying that it originally wasn't supposed to be announced. It wasn't. But the only reason why he did, and what makes the obvious sense, is because of the backlash that he got, that they got. Because I'm telling you, y'all, I'm telling you, they literally, when Ultra Sun and Moon got announced, everybody was begging for like a main game to be like, fuck the 3DS, let's go on the Switch. Let's 100% go on the Switch. Everybody was for it. But then when Ultra Sun and Moon got announced, everybody was like, no, oh, I'm so disappointed. You gotta. That's why you said that.
Maybe I'm out of the loop, but you are the first person I ever heard that has been begging for a main game. I've seen people ask for like a Coliseum sequel or Snap or something like that. But a main game?
No. I'm telling you,
the
majority. I want you to know, I was one of the motherfuckers that wanted the spin-offs. I want the spin-offs to stay on the mobile, to stay on the fucking home console. That's fine. Keep the main games on the handheld. That's it. But the good majority, a really good majority, were spazzing their asses off because there wasn't a main game on the Switch. Now you, me, Nexus, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the other content creators on fucking YouTube can literally sit there and say no.
What I saw, a majority of people wanted Diamond and Pearl remakes, whether it was on the Switch or not necessarily 8th gen on Switch.
And also, dude, a lot of people didn't want
fuck.
any Pokemon game on the Switch because they all sat there complaining, saying they can't afford it and they don't want to buy it. Dog, it's everywhere, bro. Nobody wants a main game on the Switch.
No, that was
That's the main consensus.
No. That was the argument to that exact claim.
Yeah, they don't want a main game on the Switch. They don't want to put their money or time to get one. That's the whole argument.
But that was their argument to the original stated. What the whole backlash to it. Oh, hey, there's no main game Pokemon on the Switch. Okay, well, guess what? You can't even get a Switch anymore anywhere right now. So why would I want to spend more money on a game that I can't even get? That was their argument to that backlash. So that's what you were seeing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm also saying there's a lot of people that don't want to put a main story Pokemon game.
No, a lot of people are happy.
Even outside of the backlash, from what I've been seeing, a lot of people don't want a main story game in the Pokemon Switch. They don't. There's a lot of people out there that don't.
I'm kind of 50-50 about it.
No.
Because I'm not against Pokemon releasing 8th gen on the Switch. I'm not against it. It's a little odd to me because for my entire lifetime, main series Pokemon games have always been on handheld. And I don't care how hard Nintendo tries to push it. I don't care how many people say it. To me, the Switch is not a handheld console. Because we've had the Wii U gamepad for the past 5 fucking years. That's a home console.
Yeah, they're
So-
trying to bring it off as like a hybrid or something.
I do not give a shit. I'm not
Not hybrid
walking
shit,
around
bro.
in public with a giant fucking
You better get a
8-inch
satchel, my guy.
screen. No.
You better get a hip, my boy.
No, that's to me. It just, like I said, I'm not against 8th gen coming to the Switch, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel right. If that makes sense. Now, at the same time, I understand, like, oh, if 8th gen comes to the Switch, oh, we'll have better graphics, we'll have a bigger game, yada yada yada. Like I said, I'm not against it happening. It's just for a majority of my life, Pokemon has always been a
It'll
handheld
definitely
game,
be something different.
and it was a fun like side venture to play it on console, to play Coliseum and XD and Snap and Battle Revolution and whatnot. You know, that was always fun. Coliseum, that was always fun to do. But at the same time, when it was time to play serious Pokemon, it was handheld.
You're on the handhelds. Facts.
I feel
So-
like maybe we're thinking about it too soon now, because this shit is slated for like late 2018,
This is late.
2019.
This is mad
So I
late.
feel like as like a year and a half or 2 years pass, maybe we'll feel more comfortable about it. Maybe probably feel more comfortable about it or some shit like that. Because as of right now, we're mid 2017. Switch literally came out 3 months ago. So maybe that's why you feel that way. Maybe that's why.
I don't know. I think there needs to be. I think people are jumping to a conclusion too much with the term core game. I think a lot of people are instantly thinking when you hear core game, it's a main series game.
Well, not
But-
that. It's that Game Freak's working
It's
on
the-
it.
it's-
Game
it's
Freak
the-
only
it's the
makes
fact-
main story games.
It's the fact that
Game Freak's
it's
on
just
it.
Game Freak. It's literally just Game
only
Freak.
makes main story Pokemon games.
Well, I mean, you could sit there and say, like, for me, if they release Gen 8 on the Switch, that's a brand new thing. Now Game Freak could be making a brand new game that isn't main series.
Well, I mean, Game Freaks makes. Well, think about that. Game Freaks makes more than just Pokemon. It's really like they make more than just Pokemon. So it's like they could fuck around and do whatever they want with the series because it's their series. They're gonna publish it regardless. So if they wanted to, let's say fuck it and yo, hey, here's a fucking spinoff. Game Freak, what the fuck are you doing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Game Freak could pull a curveball, and it's just like a main series game being on the Switch being a curveball. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Let us know in the comment section below, you guys, what you thought of everything we've spoken about
about to get
in
paragraphs.
today's video. Yes, go
That's a
ahead.
debate,
I
yeah.
need MLA format,
That's a debate.
size 12 font, Times New Roman.
We know
Don't
you
put
just
extra-
graduated, but fuck it, we trying to
Don't
do this
put-
again.
Don't make it size 13. I'm checking it. I don't want to see extra
Oh, we
periods or
spell
anything
checking
like that.
too, dog. You can't be
No.
getting flabbergasted mad, but then typing
You
you
a
with the letter
you a
U.
graduate, my nigga. You
I
ain't
need to see a
graduate.
bibliography, sources
Right.
quoted, timestamps in the video. What are you talking about? Let us know. Anyways, let us know what you guys think about everything we spoke about in the video today, all the way from new islands, new ultras, Lucamine and Lily, all the way to Switch announcements. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm sure there'll be more videos like this to come as more information comes out on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But today, like we said, it was just all speculation based off of the little bit of information that we've had so far. And saying a little bit is exaggerating because we've practically had nothing. But with that, check out Nick and Nexus' channel linked in the description below. And we'll catch you guys next time. For now, we are outie 5 bajillion.